what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Never gonna raise up a white flag. Didn't come this far just to turn back. The curtains fall for the last act. Breaking that levee, breaking that levee. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. We don't back down, this is what we're made of. Standing our ground, here it goes down. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Oh, wait to see, we're gonna be legendary. Ain't no time like the here and now. Yeah, we showed up, now we showing up. Oh, you and me, we're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary. Legendary. We're gonna be legendary.
I got metal running through my bones, a resurrection like a ghost. Hurricane, go ahead and blow. Where you could keep your white flag, I'll never fold. A shadow on a battlefield, a survivor never yield. A thunder, go ahead and shade. Don't run from the storm when I feel the rain. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. I got a fever in my blood, a falling embers from above. I feel the heat when the pressure blows, a wildfire that you can't control. There's no rest for the wicked, no victory for the weak. And when the weeds getting thicker, you'll never see me on my knees. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. With every beat of my heart, I'll be the light in the dark. You can't You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive. You can't control this, it's explosive.
10 years of speed. 10 years of stories. For the past 10 years, we've been more than just spectators. We've been the heartbeat of local racing, growing alongside the tracks, drivers, and fans who make it all possible. From the dusty turns to the checkered flags, we've shared every triumph and every challenge, making memories that last a lifetime. As we mark this milestone, we're not just looking back, we're revving up for the future. We are expanding, bringing you even more racing, more coverage, and more ways to connect with the adrenaline-fueled world we love. Our commitment to the local racing community is unwavering, and the next chapter promises to be our most exciting yet.
Racing on LSRTV welcomes you to coverage of the Full Throttle Sim Racing Points Truck Series. Tonight we're at the Nashville Super Speedway. Just the, of course, exciting race from last week at New Hampshire. And we're going to go on the 1.5 mile concrete that is the Nashville Super Speedway in virtual Nashville, Tennessee. Welcome to coverage. I'm Wesley Outland. Charles Wooten is alongside. He's also handling the production. And Charles, it looks like it's a gloomy, foggy night in virtual Nashville. Hopefully we'll be able to see these trucks whenever we go to darkness this evening.
Yeah, I was kind of wondering that myself. I thought we maybe had a wildfire going on somewhere around Nashville. It is very foggy, and with the sun setting, looks gloomy, almost eerie. So, yeah, hopefully that fog will kind of subside, and we'll be able to have some good racing here tonight.
Yeah, we welcome you again to our coverage as we got 20 drivers ready to roll here in just a few moments for qualifying. It is the next round in the B schedule of the Sim Racing Points Full Throttle Sim Racing Truck Series. Then these drivers getting into position, getting ready to qualify, and we'll see what happens here. Let's take a look at the race analysis for tonight. Your race information down on the bottom left. No fast repair for this series. 100% fuel capacity. They'll be on 3 sets of tires, the 2 sets in the pits plus the original 4 that they take at the drop of the green. 3 attempts at overtime if need be, and there will be 2 stages in this race. Lap 35, and then, of course, they will go to lap 150, overtime if needed. And, you know, Charles, that's something that this series has recently done the last couple of races since we've done the schedule from 3 stages to 2 stages. And, you know, it really has changed the strategy of this racing events for sure because of that.
Yeah, I definitely like it. You know, they used to get the stage points for 1 and 2. And then, of course, there was a third one, and they switched that to just 2 stages. And I think it makes way more entertaining of a race when you have that short little stint and then you have the really long stint. And that's what they wanted. It was just getting to the point where, you know, they didn't have to pit. They would come in at the end of the stages, and that was it. Now they make it to where you're going to have to make a pit stop during that second stint, which makes this race, it kind of turns it upside down and makes it more fun.
It really does. It definitely this race to a totally different stratosphere, if you will, on strategy. And obviously, I think one possibility of green flag pit stops during the second stage from lap 40 or 35 all the way to lap 150 of the event. As I mentioned, it is foggy, and we are closer and closer to nightfall, and you can see the trucks now on the course now, getting ready to qualify. Coming out of the gate first, the driver of the Premier Setup Shops, number 18. This is Joey McKinney Toyota. This will be the first guy we'll watch, and some other drivers already climbing the ladder. Kyle Malikian has just went to the top of the board in qualifying, 29.612. Sherwood Williford, Colby Mice, they've all took time. We're going to see what Joey McKinney does here coming off turn 4. There's Cody McKinney, and those drivers are on track right now here, Charles. A 1.5 mile racetrack here, and it's concrete. That's another thing we got to hit on as well. This is not pavement.
Yeah, it is definitely not. And, you'll notice here we're missing a couple of drivers, Brody Hanna and the crew. A lot of these guys out right now during the summer for vacations, going to the beach, stuff like that. So I did get to talk to Tony Solari, and I found out that this particular race, just for tonight, I do believe it's not going to be a permanent thing, but he is a honorary Flanagan here. So he's Tony Flanagan here tonight, since the whole rest of his team is basically MIA. So he's a Flanagan here tonight. So looking forward to seeing how he does. I figure that team membership thing will go till he wrecks one of them, and then they're going to kick him off the team.
We'll keep an eye on that, as now Cody McKinney has finished up with his qualifying lap. Here comes now Wayne Grossi. TJ Bartell, by the way, has put this Toyota to the top spot so far, 29.453. And by the way, Cody McKinney qualified in the 5th spot. You saw his truck as well as the other driver, Joey McKinney, in the 13th. Here comes Wayne Grossi, the Gel Pennzoil Chevrolet number 7. And we'll end up on the track now for qualifying as these drivers continue to qualify around the Nashville Super Speedway in preparation for this race tonight.
Yeah, and I absolutely love this track, and I know a lot of the drivers do. It's different. It's only 1.3 miles, but they call it a super speedway. It acts like one. It's a totally different animal compared to your typical 1.5 miles, but it's not really a 2.5 mile super speedway either, but it's just a fun track. And what's even better about this track, Wesley? We have static cams here tonight.
Oh, baby, we're going to crank it up a couple of times for you so you can feel the roar, no doubt, around the virtual Nashville Super Speedway as these drivers continue to move into qualifying, like mere minute left to go before the field will be set. In fact, I think all drivers, with the exception of 3, have taken time. Still waiting to see if Rick Webb, Michael Blackner, or Lewis Meglin will make an attempt to go on the racetrack, or they will start shotgun on the field. Clock is down to mere 45 seconds. Nashville Super Speedway, where we are. By the way, quick reminder, due to Charles and myself having real broadcast obligations next week, we will not be on the air for next Wednesday night for the July 3rd race. I want to say they're at Chicago for 200 miles. We will not have that race, unfortunately. Our apologies on that. But Charles, as we always say, the real racing business life overtakes iRacing, and because of that, we'll both be doing special 4th of July shows.
Yeah, and I know you will. Along with Mondays, you'll also see that one on their Full Throttle TV channel. But yeah, it is very rare to see myself or you working on a Wednesday night. But 4th of July, that is one of those weekends.
Yeah, 4th of July special races, obviously, for the holiday, for our nation's independence, and the big events and weekday shows. And, of course, the Southern National Series also that I'll be doing with Flow Racing upon the horizon as well. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time to introduce the starting lineup for tonight's event here at the Nashville Super Speedway for 150 laps. And with a lap time put down by TJ Bartell, his Toyota is on the pole. Bobby Terrell will be on the outside. That's row number 1. Row 2 will find Ben Tracy in the 35. Robert Malikian will be starting 4th in the 16. Row 3, Wayne Grossi in the 7. Cody McKinney in 28. Row 4, you're going to see Sherwood Williford and Joe Flanagan. Top 10 will find Kyle Malikian and Colby Mice. He'll start 10th in the 8.
Yeah, row 6 going to be Marshall Johnson in the 9, and the 12 who was outside of Michael. I can't even read my own writing here. Is that Sheffield? Yeah,
Michael
Sheffield.
Michael
There we go.
Yes.
Again, some of these are newer to me. I haven't got to call their names, so this will be fun. And the 6 of James Torrey, and the 57 of Joey Flanagan. And row 8 is going to be Joey McKinney and Tony Solari, or we're calling him Flanagan here tonight just for giggles there. So Tony Flanagan, again, just fun. Not really his team. He's riding along with them. Row 9 is going to be the 43 of Lewis Meglin and the 54 of Rick Webb. And solo at the rear of this field in row 10 is going to be Michael Blackner, rounding out the 19 car field.
Let's take a look at the Kaufman Creative weather conditions. We mentioned the fog. Bottom right, see it. And it's air temp of 72 degrees. Dim time is just after 8 p.m. Eastern time, obviously.
Yeah, Wesley, I'm not sure if it's a day race or a night race because you can't see anything.
It's a night race. The lights are on, but it's foggy as hell, man. And the wind is going up there as well. Wind speed at 10 miles an hour. Clear conditions. It's hashtag fake news. I don't think it's clear. It's gloomy and foggy. We'll see how all things go. Hey, the Nashville Super Speedway, located in virtual Lebanon, Tennessee, off of I-40, is a 1.33 concrete D-shaped oval track surface. Turns are banked at 14 degrees in turns 1 and 2. Front straightaway is 9 degrees of banking. The back stretch is 6 degrees of banking. And this is a fun place right here. I think we're about to see a good race with these drivers as we'll get everybody into position and get ready to roll in mere moments for this event, the Nashville Super Speedway, where we are. Pace car on pit road. Ladies and gentlemen, we are underway. It is time to feel the roar from the virtual Music City. Thundering to the line, lap 1 on the board, and give the whole lot in the opening lap to TJ Bartell. His Toyota leads the way. Hey, by the way, check out the new graphics on the upper left down on the monitor for the broadcast. And I think Charles said he's working on some more stuff as well for what's to come in the future. Right now, Terrell, Tracy, Milliken, McKinney, top 5, all single file. They work their way back across the line, and for the most part, everyone just riding right now. Single file, that's the best thing to do here to go, Charles.
Yeah, and we haven't done this in a long time, Wesley, so we're going to do it here only 3 laps into this race. We're going to pick our drivers who we think's going to win this race, and we're watching him right now, so I'm going to go with him. I'm going with Robert Malikian. I think he is going to be the guy that wins this race tonight. Hopefully that wasn't your pick, but if it was, oh well, I'm going with him anyway. So, who's your pick here? Who do you think's going to win this tonight?
Oh, boy. Well, I guess I'm going to have to go with probably... I would say... my pick's going to be Ben Tracy, the 35. That's what I'm going to go with. I'm feeling lucky. Ben Tracy. There's my pick. Who's yours?
I'm going with Robert Malikian.
Okay. He's behind him, right?
Yeah, not by far. He's just 2 spots behind. He's on his way. Although your biggest gainer is actually a little further back, because we got a couple tied for it. With Colby Mice. Actually, he's plus
Colby Mice.
3,
Yep.
So, he's right there. Got a couple of them. And let's be honest, I'm really digging Joe Flanagan's truck with that Pepto Joe machine going on.
Pepto Joe. Really loved it. Yeah, Joe Flanagan. As we mentioned, obviously. Was that the 53? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. I love it.
We got some tweaks to go. We're still working on it. We're working on a large banner that looks similar to this one that's going to go across the bottom for post-race that will actually have a giant image of their car, their sponsors. So we got a lot of stuff in the works that we are working on. But, yeah, you can get a feel of which car we're on board with now. And a lot of improvements coming over the next, month or so.
And obviously, the red, white, and blue, not only is it patriotic because we're proud to be an American, but also it is the colors of Racon. We obviously promote them on a weekly basis on all of our iRacing broadcasts. Racon at one time was a part of ownership with LSRTV. So pretty cool to continue to have that relationship even after they were the bosses at one time in the company. And the only reason I know that is when I started working with them, working with you, Charles, was back in the COVID years. Man, can't believe it's been this long we've worked together, and we're still pressing on summer of 2024. It's amazing how fast 2020 is come and gone.
Yeah, it definitely is. And back those days, Racon owning it, we were doing stuff for USMTS, ASCS. We were all over the place back then. And,
yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse, I guess, at the same side. That's one reason we're doing less now, because we're doing more real life stuff. But definitely, enjoy the races we get to do on sim stuff. Is a bit of a battle going on right now between the 35 and the 28. So that is Ben Tracy and Cody McKinney. And, my pick's right behind them. He's just on their tailgate right now. But a huge battle going on, about 3 to 5 cars going on for about 3rd, 4th, and 5th right now.
Right now, Bobby Terrell, the new leader. Bartelda second, McKinney third, Tracy fourth, and Malikian is now into that 5th spot as we work our way back across the finish line, working lap number 10 of 150 laps. Remember, lap 35 will be the stage break at the end of the stage. So all of this going on as they work their way again to the back straightaway. Terrell up, Bartel, McKinney, and all these guys out patiently trying to run down the 14 machine. As they also the visibility. Let's go on board actually with one of the drivers on board. Maybe let's go on board with the leader or mid pack. Let's Flanagan. Let's go on board with Pepto Man. See what it's like trying to fight, if you will, fog and the traffic and other competitors all around them. See what it's like. And actually, visibility, besides the glare of the smoke tower and the grandstands all fogged up with the lights, it's really not that bad of a view for them in the cockpit, Charles.
No, it's really not. I was kind of surprised that it's not worse than it is. But yeah, they've got a pretty, clean track as far as visibility. It's like, when rain's coming, it's got that vortex. Maybe it's got the vortex going on, so it keeps the fog out of the track area, but it's just outside in the camper area.
Yeah, that fog obviously not as honestly, it might be more difficult for us to call the race to see visibility than what it looks like right now for the hit of the drivers. And that's the way it stands right now with their way back across the start-finish line, putting another lap on the board, going back into the corner, and obviously down that back straightaway now. There you see the Pepto machine. That's the 53 of Joe Flanagan. Pepto Joe is up to 6th spot right now. And of course, Rocky's guys work their way again. Single file, and honestly, Charles, this is the best thing to do. Knock these laps down, maybe get to that first stage, caution-free, see a caution, and then you start to be aggressive that last 115 laps or so.
Yeah, I think they're gonna play it calm. We may not see what we saw in the Northwest with the short track. They got a little aggressive. You're right. I don't think we're gonna see that here. I think it's just gonna be calm, cool, collected. But like you said, start of that next stage or going towards the end of this 150 lap race, all bets are off then, and I think we're going to see everybody trying to get to the front.
Ted Kenny, Bartel, Tracy Malicki, and that's the way they are in the top 5 right now as they work their way back across the start-finish line. When they come to the stripe, of course, right now, everybody just staying single file. Nothing aggressive happening on the racetrack, just kind of knocking laps off as we're under 20 laps to go now in stage number 1 here. Full Throttle Sim Racing, by the way, check them out, of course, at Full Throttle FTSR, Full Throttle Sim Racing League on Facebook. They're also available, of course, on their official website. And that is, I believe it's fullthrottlesimracing.net. Fullthrottlesimracing.net, their official site. And watching all these guys work their way single file back across the line. Except right there, Wayne Christie and Johnson battling for 7th and 8th spot. That goes on into turn 1.
Yeah, these guys aren't done battling. I think they're going to keep it clean, but they're not going to be, just roll over and let someone by either. They're going to race, and they're going to make something happen. And they're going to put on a show as you got one between the 7 and the 9 right now. And somebody's dropping like a rock. I believe that is going to be Sherwood Williford. He drops 5 spots there. He fell back, as well as James Torrey. He fell back a few spots as well. So, I'm not sure what happened to their trucks. I'm sure they're not happy with them, and they will make adjustments, but that's one thing. You really have, two chances to make adjustments. Lap 35, and you're 1 pit stop. That's it. Unless we have a lot of cautions, which we don't predict, you're not going to have a lot of time to make adjustments.
Yeah, that's exactly right. As right now, see something going on in the back now. That's the drivers of Flanagan going at it there for that spot with the 1 of Wilford, the Valvoline colors. The 12 of Sheffield watching all this happen. It looks like the 11 of Tony Solari Tony Flanagan, as you said, might be having some inking blinking problems there for just a moment as he pops back in.
Now,
this is all going on from 12th through 14th on the racetrack. Go ahead.
Yeah, I was going to take it back and look, and not the night he's wanting right now, although he is +1, so he is going in the right direction, but he would obviously like to gain a few more, especially get inside that top 10. First isn't the, it's obviously the ideal spot, but it's not a spot you have to be in right now. At least the top 10 will get you some kind of bonus. As there you can see he's having a little bit of an issue, but up here was really, you would love to be in the top 3, top 5, and to get as many bonus points as you can for stage 1.
Seeing all these drivers patiently working their way around the racetrack, and that's probably the best thing to do right now, just to knock laps off one by one. As we're seeing this take place, Terrell McKinney, Bartel, Tracy Malicki, and now the top 5 as they work their way down the back straightaway into turn number 3 here at the Nashville Super Speedway. And there's Bartel in that 20 machine. Tracy right behind him for that spot. That's for 3rd as they work their way back to the line.
Good battle going on. I'm going to dip a little further back here. I want to see Marshall Johnson, who we haven't really talked about a lot in that 9 machine. He has got his hands full. So a little bit of a wiggle look like. Could have just been getting around the corner, but he is fighting that truck. I really would love to, we're working on this stuff. We were playing with it a little bit a while ago, and we're going to tweak it out. We're working on a system to where, and I haven't even told you this, Wesley, with that Zoom call that we're working on, once we get it all squared away, we can actually, instead of having 8 people in here, we could actually have up to 300 participants in the VMix with us at one time. So we could literally have every single driver in here and talk to them whenever we wanted to.
Oh, that's cool.
So that's the stuff that's in the works. We're working on writing some scripts and triggers and stuff to where when we bring them in here, we can, excuse me, keep their stuff muted until we need to talk to them so they won't hear us. But when we bring them in during cautions or whatever, we can talk to them and, they'll find out what's going on. So all of that good stuff. But again, that's all, what's coming in the near future here on the channel.
Single file as they work their way across the line. Under 10 remaining here in, of course, the first stage of this race. Bobby Terrell, of course, still the leader for the time being. Cody McKinney, Jay Bartell, Ben Tracy, Robert Malicki in the top 5. 29.94, fastest lap of the race so far, set by the man up in front right now, the Chevrolet number 14.
They're checking on some stuff.
There's working on the inside. There's Johnson. Johnson in the 9, the Craftsman Toyota battling the Chevrolet number 7. Wayne Grassi. Grassi up on the outside. Looking on is going to be Milliken. What do we come up with? A 16 is Milliken and Milliken? Yeah, that's Malikian.
Yeah, you got Robert Malikian, like the fruit or the vegetable that no one's like, leeks. Malikian. Although we like him, we just don't like the vegetable. And then Milliken with Kyle. And, those are some tongue twister of names, if we're being honest.
Yeah, Malikian and Milliken right there. And sometimes we get them tongue-tied and slip up and say the wrong last name. We're only human right now. But that's, by the way, that's Milliken trying to make a move on the outside of Johnson in that green number 42 machine. This is going on for 8th spot. And we're closing in this time by on 5 laps to go in the first stage for this race at the Nashville Super Speedway. And Johnson and Malikian still going there. Milliken going door to door, still off 4. See, I already did it again.
Yeah, and these guys, and we've already said we think stage 2 will be, more of a stage. And once we get to stage 2, we're going to be a lap 40-ish. So we'll have about 10 laps to go before we hit 100 laps to go. This race is going to go by really quick, I think. We'll take a look and see. We've been on air for 33 minutes. So we're doing about a minute a lap or so. So we're making really good time. So, yeah, you're not going to have just a huge amount of time to make stuff happen.
And Bobby Terrell still continuing to lead the way. We're watching this battle now. It's probably the best one on the racetrack between, again, Milliken on the outside and Johnson on the bottom. The 9 and 42 working off 4, trying to reel in Grassi. Can't get there yet. And closing in on now 3 laps to go in the first stage here tonight at Nashville Super Speedway.
Yeah, they're getting a little dicey back in the back here with Colby Mice and Joey Flanagan. They're getting a little dicey, but not letting anything happen too much from it. So we'll keep an eye on that one as we go throughout the night. And again, not time yet. It's almost time. We're almost there, Wesley, but we're not quite there yet. And hopefully, we'll have, Brody Hanna tuning in and all the good stuff. I know, again, he was at the beach. Why you'd want to be at the beach getting sunburned instead of here racing, I don't know. But, hey, I guess you got to take your vacations when you can.
Yeah, that's very true. No doubt about it as we continue to watch all these drivers work around. Terrell is the man out in front. Bobby Terrell in that 14 machine. Still the leader. Cody McKinney in second. Ben Tracy third. And that's the way it looks like it's going to shuffle out here at the end of stage number 1. Slightly dangerous. Used to put women on fighter jets. And in the virtual music city, Bobby Terrell and his slightly dangerous number 14 Chevrolet will win stage 1 here. Top 10 across the scoring. Caution will fall. Cody McKinney will get 9 points. 8 points to go to Tracy. 7 to Bartell. 6 will go to Malikian. 5 points to Flanagan. 4 points to Grassi. 3 points to Milliken. Johnson with 2. Joey McKinney with 1 point. That's the way the points will shake out for the top 10 at the end of stage number 1. And Charles Bobby Terrell just absolutely strong in that Chevrolet tonight so far.
Yeah, he dominated that first stage. And we'll see if anybody has anything for him. You know, yes, we say he dominated, but I don't know if he is the truck to dominate this race. We'll know that once they stack this field back up. Changes are made to everybody else's truck, and then we go from there. Or could we see fuel strategy come into play, because we know they're going to have to pit at least once. So we'll have to wait and see what all the strategies are.
And we'll wait to see what pit stops happen, as it looks like everybody, and I do mean the entire cavalry, is coming down pit road. Nobody has pitted. Nobody is a lap down. Everyone on the lead lap. And they are now coming down, the entire cavalry, leaving the pace car by his lonesome self on the pit lane for 4 tires fuel to make adjustments here at the end of stage 1. There's the 14, the 28, going all the way to the pit stall boxes up in front on the exit of pit road now at turn exit. And you see them now getting ready for Bartell. Looks like 1. There's Terrell. There's Tracy. There's the 16 of Malikian, all getting service, all getting work. 4 tires and fuel, it looks like, on everybody, as here comes now Terrell out first, and we step away. We're back in a moment from Nashville for the remainder of this race with a full throttle sim racing series. This is iRacing on LSRTV. Welcome back to the Nashville Super Speedway, and my goodness, they're not wasting any time to get back started again. Welcome back to our coverage. Charles Wooten, I'm Wesley Outland. The field is ready to come back to green next time by on lap number 39 of 50. Charles, what you take of the first 35 laps of the race?
I think it was a little calm, a little too calm, but I think the storm is coming. So it's coming. We got about 112, going to be 111 laps ago. We take the green. That storm's coming, and it's going to be here before you know it.
We'll watch all of this transpire as we'll get ready for a restart, and the track will also get darker and darker as we continue to roll here with our events. Again, this is Throttle Sim Racing Series, and stage 1 is done. On to stage 2 as the field roars back into the Geico restart zone. Let's feel the roar again as we get underway. 3 wide almost behind them in the back of the pack as they thunder off of turn 2. Welcome back. Nashville Super Speedway on the concrete jungle here tonight. 1.5 miles. It's like kind of, it's not really, it's not 1.5 miles. It's 1.33 miles. I just want to be honest.
It's not a true 1.5 miles.
5 miles. Yeah, it's not. It's not. People say that, but it's not. It's 1.33 miles.
So it's a trick. No, I'm just kidding. Now, speaking of, being fast and, miles and stuff, right now, Bobby Terrell, 29.92, fastest lap of this race. And, of course, we know he's fast. He's been fast all race. So, if they made any changes to their trucks, everyone behind him, I hope they did good ones because, well, he obviously made some fast ones, or good changes, too, if he made any, because fastest lap of the race. Right now, 44 laps into the race. So, they're going to have to do something if they want to catch him.
Charles, how hot did it get in Texas today, buddy?
It was like 103 with a real feel of 115.
So today in North Carolina, we reached a high of 102, which ties the daily record from a heat wave back in 1952.
Yeah, I don't think we came anywhere close to our record.
Tomorrow is supposed to be another record-breaking heating day. We thought tomorrow's supposed to be hot. Tomorrow's high in North Carolina, believe it or not, is supposed to be 104.
That is definitely hot.
118 tomorrow. Wow. The news behind it is it looks like there's going to be some thunderstorms with winds tomorrow night. It looks like, and that might be in our favor to finally get a little wash down because we haven't had rain in a while.
Rain is a good thing. You definitely need more of it.
Yes. Just don't need it on race weekends, right? We don't need it on race day. That's all I've always said, right?
Yes, we do not need rain on race day, especially not if it's going to come like 10 inches and flood the whole racetrack overnight. So,
right, yes.
Hopefully everyone gets their RVs out of there safely. As we go a little further back, there is some good battles going on right now with Colby Mice, Lewis Meglin, Joey McKinney. These guys all putting on a nice little show. Not for the lead, but for about a top 10 position. And we've said it over and over again. It doesn't matter where you're at in this field. They always put on a good show.
Number 8, that's Colby Mikes. DoorDash doesn't sound like a bad idea for dinner tonight. No, actually, I still got some leftover Jersey Mikes in the sub, so that's probably what I'll eat in the fridge for dinner. So when we get off the air. Coming across the line to the left of the board. And all the while, in all Bobby Terrell, slightly dangerous up in front. Choke again, Charles, at 14. I love his truck. You kind of told us the story last week a little bit about it. There it is,
like
right there.
Old school airplane is what I believe it's supposed to mimic. As we can get a closer look here. An old school airplane. Like we're talking, I don't even know the year. They're kind of in museums now. Obviously, you don't use them. They were the single propeller, the wings. They might have a bomb or two on them. Probably little bombers back in the day. Is what it looks like. It's supposed to rivet. It's the time that these design airplanes would have been somewhere around the days of like Pearl Harbor kind of deal.
Yeah, I'm looking at the days of a single propeller aircraft were back. Wow. Oh my goodness, 1783, 1784. So it's been around a long time.
Yeah, they've been around a long, long time. And, that was the thing they did back then. You always had painted figurines on there, I guess you could say. It was just kind of what you did.
Yeah, I'm looking at there was an explosion of the single blade propeller aircrafts in the military for aeronautical innovation, 1938 to about 1957 is what it looks like, and then of course the planes got bigger.
Yes, they got much bigger.
Fact check behind me. I don't care. I'm just going on what's on Google. Oh, a lot of years, though, for sure. As Bobby Terrell has got a nice-looking race truck for sure, continuing to lead the way. Cody McKinney in that second spot. Robert Malikian is in third. Ben Tracy, Joe Flanagan, Pepto Joe staying in the top 5. Highest climber of the race so far, by the way, the 43. There he is. The Nerditudes Toyota. That is Lewis Megel, 10 spots. And Charles, it's just like when the race started here for the start of stage 2. Closing in on lap 60, closing on the halfway mark of this race. Obviously, there's about 95 laps to go, or 96 to go when they come to the line. They're just kind of riding and driving. They're single file. They're holding their line. They're being content with where they're at, and that's kind of the best thing you need to do right now, honestly.
Yeah, that's exactly what you need to do. There's no need to press issues, and that's one thing that we've said since day one. We absolutely love about this league, as we're seeing a little battle going on for about second, but we want to watch these guys, give them some love. Is it doesn't matter if they have 10 cars, 30 cars, 40 cars, 100 cars, whatever it is, they race clean. Not to say, accidents don't happen and tempers do flare, but they usually clear the air and they have good racing. I mean, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, even the owner of the whole thing got a little heated one time, and he, I believe he faced a suspension. I can't for sure on that, or if he was off a week. But everybody has passion here. If you didn't have passion, there's no point in racing. They do, but they manage to keep it clean, and it's just an awesome league to be in.
It certainly is, and obviously, and Charles, as we continue to see this long green flag run stretch continue, about a half hour, he's working lap number 60 coming up here in a few more circuits. Another thing that's really cool is this series has like different A, B, C schedules, and what I like about that is it kind of, they still run yearly, obviously, but they run like a mini series, and then they take off for a few weeks, maybe a little week break, 2-week break, and then they come back and then they reset. Well, instead of having, the overall run for the whole championship the entire season, there's mini series to determine the overall champion whenever you get to like the C or the D schedule.
Yeah, it really is, and it kind of mixes it up. Like, I'm with you. I love it. I love having like a, not a mid-season champ, but I don't know what you'd call it, but a little mini-season champion, and then you get the overall champion. It's really cool how they work it out, having A, B, and C. And I heard somewhere possibly a D this year. We'll see. That is not confirmed by any means. That is just something I may or may not have heard. It's the 35 getting way loose.
Well, he sure did. What a save right there. Wow.
Yeah, you definitely got to go back and take a look and see if there was contact between him and the 16, or if that was just him getting loose. Yeah, there was a little bit of contact there. Just barely bumped him, and what a save by the 35, though, of Ben Tracy. I don't think you could have saved that much better.
And the racing continues to roll on here as we're approaching now 15 to halfway. Terrell McKinney, Malikian, Flanagan, Grossi, your top 5. That's it is right now. There you see Grassi now putting it in the 7th spot. Charles, don't laugh at me. Don't judge me.
You know, they're tongue twister names. They're cool people, but they got tongue twister names that'll get you sometimes. But, you know, eventually we will get them right, I promise. It may be the last race of the season, but we'll get them right. So we're on lap 62. Wesley, we only have 88 laps to go when they get to the line. This race, they are ticking away laps very quickly. We said that at the beginning, that we're going to tick laps away very quickly. This race won't last long. I figured we would be here until about 10:30 or so. At the rate we're going, I don't think we'll be here past 9 o'clock. Or, 10 o'clock.
Yeah, going along very smoothly, if you will, here at the virtual Nashville Super Speedway here tonight. As Bobby Terrell continuing to hit his marks up in front, he leads the way. Cody McKinney in second, Robert Malikian in third. Malikian. Joe Flanagan and Wayne Grassi, your top 5. That's the way it stands right now. Hey, let's take a quick break. We'll thank our sponsors as we always do. If a caution or something happens, we'll break in. We'll be back with more Nashville iRacing on LSRTV for the Full Throttle Sim Racing Series.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head-to-head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
Community Radio Network, WCRN 87.9 FM, Clayton, Garner, Raleigh, North Carolina, USA. We are CRN.
Drag race to the line. No change in absolutely anything since we went to network timeout. Welcome back to coverage of iRacing on LSRTV. It is the Northwest. Oh, I'm sorry, the Full Throttle Sim Racing Truck Series. Sim Racing Points.
Wrong day, Wesley.
You're the Northwest. I know, I'm getting tongue-tied here. The Northwest Series is usually on Monday night. By the way, quick announcement, we will be off. Charles, we're off all next week for iRacing broadcast coverage.
Wait, we have a whole week off?
Planned.
Yeah, that was not planned. I did not know we had a whole week off. What are we going to do?
I mean, we're not really off because we're going to be doing real racing obligations.
Well, that's true.
We will be in action, of course, with real racing obligations, and because of that, Northwest is off on next Monday for 4th of July observance, and then of course they're running. I just want to throw that out there. Full Throttle Sim Racing Series is racing next Wednesday night. However, due to real race broadcast obligations for Charles and myself, in different of the world. We will not be covering the iRacing broadcast. We'll be back with you in 2 weeks, of course. Next week, I believe they're at Chicagoland. So there you go. Now you're caught up. The more you know.
Yes. The more you know, the smarter you are, or at least the more you know. Yes, so, let's give them a rundown. I can give you the schedule here as I actually have it readily available. I should probably give it to you, but I didn't. See, Nashville here won't be Chicagoland. Then we have Pocono, Lucas Oil, Auto Club, Talladega, Richmond, and Michigan to round out the season.
Terrell, McKinney, Flynn, Milliken, Meglin, top 5. There you see Johnson on the inside. That's the 9, battling Grassi in the 7. This is for 7th and 8th spot, by the way. Closing in on the halfway mark of this event as well on lap number 75 here. We've had one caution. Real quickly, let's look at the Virginia811.com race summary. Race information. There it is. Oh, it is race summary. I'm sorry. Race summary, and there you see it. One caution, one lead change. That was at the end of the stage. You're exactly right, Charles. At the stage on lap 35 was when the caution was thrown. It lasted 3 caution laps. So for 70 of 73 laps, it has been caution free. There you go.
And keeping an eye on chat as well. And we do have ISRA Racing League letting us know that is the P-51 Mustang airplane is what that paint job is based off of.
Oh, there you go. Wow.
And I believe HB Man, not sure, I've asked him this before. I'm not sure where the HB, I believe it was when he was streaming. That is Brody. So Brody says, finally got home. Is Wesley on dial-up? Breaking up a good bit. Yes, Wesley. KFT, we work on it. You're doing good now. But yeah, you were there at the beginning. Yes, I've wondered that myself if Wesley, you were on dial-up sometimes. But you do have Spectrum, so it ain't much better.
I have to admit that to you. I was connecting with you, and then I had.
No. Either way, hopefully it is all sorted out now for you as we are, again, just clicking away laps. Not a whole lot of beating and banging tonight. We might see that later on, but still some good racing. You got some good racing all the way back in 15th, 16th, 17th, even 18th place. As nobody just sitting around. They are racing. Tony Solari, Joey McKinney, Sherwood Williford, these guys putting on a little show. Again, it's not for the lead, but it's still a good show back here around 15th place.
It certainly is, and just kind of watching the way all of this is transpiring for sure is nightfall closing in more and more. Let's take a look at the weather conditions as well, as I think we're just after 9 o'clock sim time on the bottom right, presented by Kaufman Creative. Let's look at this. And
it is broke. It's supposed to be a moon, but the moon apparently is broke. Our weather has been broken for a little bit here. So while that should be a moon and not a sun, apparently the sun's out at night.
It's come out at night. The sun comes out at night, right? So it's right now they are tip at 71. Wind speed has not changed at 10 miles an hour. Its track tip is still deadlocked at 76 as well. And again, just after 9:11 Eastern time. Actually, correction. They're in the Central Time Zone, so it's actually 9:11 Central, 10:11 Eastern is what it is. If you're keeping up with the real time zones of the world. So, hey, I'm looking at some of these planes that Brody was talking about. The P-51 Mustang propeller. And, yeah, they look pretty damn cool, man. I like them. Wow.
Yeah, they were really cool planes. I know now we've got the whole stealth planes and all that. And, they look sleek now. The planes look really sleek. Our bombers and fighters, they look cool or whatever. But back then, they looked really awesome. Our planes did. They probably weren't the most aerodynamic, but they looked cool. you could see all the rivets and bolts on them. They painted, half-naked girls on them because that was just the thing to do apparently back in the day. I don't know. Yeah, I guess it was pinups is what they called them back then. A pinup girl or whatever. And that's what they put on all the cars. So, or on all the
so they weren't
planes.
the other word back then. It was pinups, right? It was pinups.
Yeah. But yeah, they I don't know if they were hand painted or how they got on there, but yeah, they put them on there. And I believe, we'll have someone confirm this in chat or deny it if it's inaccurate. Let us know.
This conversation's going nowhere.
Well, I believe too, you could find a lot of these planes would have like, you know how you put the 1 through 4 and then you put the 5 for a slash. I believe, they would keep track on there, like marking with paint every time they, shot down an enemy plane.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's like if you are in prison and you kill somebody, you put a little scar on the side of a little teardrop on the side of your eye, right? I mean,
Well, I was going to say you put the little sticker on your helmet in football or whatever, but that wouldn't. But yeah, I believe they did that as well.
What hell of an All-American? Yeah, that's how you get them All-American status, with getting all those stickers on your helmets and shirt. Yeah, that when I played football at Clayton, and when I made a tackle or got like a sack or got a fumble or whatever, they put like a little C or like a star for some big accomplishment. Yeah, for sure. There we go. All right.
And
I'm trying to end the flow of conversation here.
But one second. So we've always had to manipulate our weather so that we have the moon in there when it's nighttime. It doesn't work the way we want it to. But Brody did make a good point. He said iRacing doesn't have a moon or stars anyway, so it doesn't really matter. So, he's got a point. We have nighttime racing, but we don't have a moon. So,
that's true. Yeah, that's true.
I mean, not that we can see it with the fog that's here tonight anyway, but it is foggy as all get out. With 65 laps to go, Wesley, we are past the halfway point. Still got some really good racing going on between the 12 and the 57. Of course, that is Flanagan and Sheffield, and we got pit stops underway, and it looks like it is the 9 of Marshall Johnson.
Remember what we talked about, that obviously these green flag pit stops could really change the strategy of this race. Obviously, we are seeing that now happen in real time. All of this going on. Green flag pit stops happening for the second, for the first time, second time drivers are pitting, and it looks 9 of Johnson trying to go for the undercut on some others, as well as my pick, Ben Tracy, coming down pit road now.
Yeah, everybody's starting to get down pit road, get done what they need to do. Again, this should be their final stop of the race. They should be able to make it, I believe. They may have to make more than one. Again, I didn't get a chance to talk with them about fuel mileage, so they're either going to have to make one more or not. They very well may have to come down again. This stint is 50 laps, 51 laps, and we have about 62 to go. So, yeah, some of these guys are probably just short pitting, so this should be the final stop of the race for these guys.
Tracy off pit road now. There you see for that Ford number 35. He was my pick to win the race, but now he's going to go a lap down and pray that all these other drivers, Charles, are going to have to make green flag pit stops so he can cycle back around on the lead lap and be possibly the leader of the race. He might be going for an undercut here. And I would say this, he might be able to go for the finish of the race doing this pit stop as well. This might be the money stop for a lot of guys.
Yeah, I do believe this is their money stop, and he's made his bet. He has to lie in it now. He's banking on nobody else bringing out the caution and him being stuck, a lap down right now, or having to go to the tail end to take the wave around. So he is banking on a lot right now when you do these undercuts, but usually they can work out for you as long as nothing crazy happens. And based on what we've seen so far with caution free, basically, other than the stage caution, I think it's a pretty safe bet to bet he will be back on the lead lap leading this race before long.
Green flag pit stops are ongoing. Some drivers are already a lap down or more. First man to lap down is Tracy. If Ben Tracy was able to caution flag, he would get the free pass to be able to go back on the lead lap, if you will, for many years known as what is the lucky dog, the free pass going to that driver if that does happen. But for right now, we are still in full song here at the Nashville Super Speedway. And again, there's a 12 machine, Sheffield. That's a dog with a cape, Charles. Remember last week me and Jason were tongue-tied on what the hell is on the side of that truck? That's a cape.
Yeah, you can definitely tell a dog with a cape now. So nice looking paint job as we got Wayne Grosty and Kobe Mice gonna come down the pit road. And finally I get to say Mice, which we found out means corn. So Colby, corn, Mice. I finally get to say that on air. I've been waiting for 3 or 4 months to say it.
I'm confused. How was Mice
It's like German or Greek, or it's another language that Mice basically means corn.
Oh, wow.
So I've been waiting a long time to say that.
Corn, right? Is that killing?
Yes.
Killing. Hey, Bob, I'm killing corn. Oh, wow. No, I thought it was actually, yeah, Mice right now going back to 17th spot. Hey, it looks like the fog's lifted as well as nightfall settled in too, Charles. Look at how bright it's got. Much brighter.
Yeah, I definitely think the fog has lifted.
Yeah, thanks to the sun. Pit stops ongoing. There goes McKinney on pit road at 28. Well, I'll tell you what. Yep. The 14, Bobby Terrell, has just been absolutely blistering the field. Here comes now the 51. He's on pit road. Or that's Flanagan. Is that Flanagan? Yes, it is. I think. Yeah. It looks like a 50, actually a 57, Charles. There it is.
Yeah, no, it's a very different one. It's a 7. It's actually a
very different 7.
Skinny compared to the 5, but it is a 7. So he's gonna pull it in and see what he can do. More drivers, TJ Bartel coming in. So basically, this is the money stop, and they're coming in around lap 60 with 62 to go. So yes, this is definitely a money stop.
Drivers making pit stops. Bartel in now with the 20 lead colors. Here comes the leader, Bobby Terrell. Slightly Dangerous is on pit road. Stage 1 winner. You know, like Charles, about that wrap job, if you will, the P51 Mustang propeller. Looking. Oh, we got one in the grass. Is that? Yeah,
that is a 16. Malikian having Malikian.
Yeah, Malikian going in the grass. Look at that. I'm sorry.
That is not the night he wanted to go for sure. As
but there's
he
no
goes
caution, Charles.
Yep, no caution. He was out of harm's way, so he will keep it going. Again, that's the one thing. If you're out of harm's way, iRacing or Race Control will not throw a caution.
Meglin on pit road now. The 43 Nerditude is pitting. Tony Solari now the new leader. Kenny is in, and here we go, Charles. Whenever Solari pits, it's going to cycle around to the 35 of Tracy. And here Solari in. There you go, the leader. And he's going to have about a 5-second lead over Johnson.
Yeah, he has got a sizable lead. We'll see how it all plays out for him. And there he goes. He will pull in, and I believe Tony Solari may have missed his pit stop.
Wow. And this is big as well.
Yeah, he's having some major issues, and I do believe, indeed, he did miss his stall. We'll see if he comes back around for another stop, but not what he wanted. And caution is out.
What a heartbreak, and now there's a yellow flag out over the speedway. We got a caution out now. Caution will fly for the first time in this race, and that's going to be because of Rick Webb crashing on lap number 99, approaching lap 100, and here comes everybody back on pit road again, including Tracy. Others are pitting, others are not. Caution out for Webb in 54. Here's a look at what happened to put us under our second caution for on-track activity here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway.
And there it is. Had to way to dig deep to find this one, as we were watching pit stops and didn't quite see the caution come out, so we apologize for that, but we will find it and just gets loose and smacks the wall, brings out the caution. And again, pit stops are ongoing, so we were focused on that, as that will do it for the first caution of the night. Again, first caution. Tony Solari, currently your leader, is being scored, but that I don't think is going to be staying. And he may have seen that, by the way. If he saw that that caution come out, that may be why he did not complete his stop.
Oh, and by the way, this changes everything now with under 50 laps to go. Quick break. Our first on-track caution of the night puts us under the second yellow here at Nashville. Full throttle Sim Truck Series, Sim Racing Points trucks from Nashville. We return back in a moment.
We're a racing family that you can trust on and off the track. Here at Hercules Foundation Repair, we are here to help with our free in-home evaluations and personal repair plans. So if you're looking for foundation repair, go online or give us a call to schedule your free inspection.
Drag race to the line.
Welcome back to Nashville Superspeedway as the race has now approached the final 50 laps of this event. Next round of the throttle Sim Racing trucks presented by Sim Points. I'm Wesley Outland. Charles alongside. Did Brody Hanna enjoy the beach? Finally got home. It's Wesley on dial-up. No, I'm not on dial-up. What the hell? Sorry. Should be cleared up now, though. Ain't it, Charles? Is it cleared up now?
Yeah,
Rick
you're
Webb,
mostly
what's the
cleared
problem
up.
before? Here's a replay of
No, this is live.
Oh, it's live. Okay. What's going on? Did something happen?
What in the world's going on?
Did I miss something? All right, we're caught back up now. There you go. We're caught. Are you caught back up? What do you?
I don't know what's going on, to be honest. Everyone.
Did you forget to go to the live shot?
No, we've been live.
Okay.
I'm not sure at what just transpired there, but
was that everybody a lap down that went for the wave around? Do you think maybe that might have been what it was?
potentially. I'm not sure what just happened there.
Let's see here. Wow. That's what it was. There were multiple drivers that were a lap down. They went for the wave around on the one to go because the leader obviously pitted whenever he did. That was Tracy. That opened the door for everyone to be a lap down to go for the wave around, Charles. And that's exactly what we just saw. Everybody was going for the wave around to get back on the lead lap. Only one driver is multiple laps down, 42 laps down to be exact, and that is the man of James Torrey.
Yeah, that
see,
was,
there goes Rick Webb. Yeah, there's Rick. Okay, yeah, see, yeah, he had to do the same thing. And guess who you put right back up in front again? Amazing. Slightly, Bobby Terrell right back in the lead again.
It didn't take much, but he is back there. There you go. They were manually giving wave rounds to the drivers, so that is what that was. So it threw me for a loop. Some drivers went a lap down during the pit stop. That typically doesn't happen. So, especially at a track like this, as big as it is. So those drivers were allowed to get back on the lead lap, and we're ready to get this thing going. Looking at it right now, yeah, everybody is on the lead lap that is racing right now. The only one that's not on the lead lap is out of the race, so James Torrey. Everybody else, lead lap. We have 18 trucks ready to battle for a fantastic
shootout
race
out here. Yeah, 45 laps to go, no doubt. Whenever they come back to the line, it's going to be a good one. Lap number 105. Terrell for the front row, Bartell and Grassi, Flanagan, Meglin, Blackner and Sheffield, Wilford and McKinney. All this going on now is now we're going to see Pepto battling with Bobby Terrell on the restart. Under 45 laps to go. 44 to be exact when they come back to the Geico restart zone. They're in the throttle. Let's crank them up one more time. You feel the roar as they're agreeing for a shootout in Nashville. Even know it for that bearer of bad news. Caution out for the third time. Wow. Slightly dangerous. Coming off turn 4, Charles. There you see what happened. Marshall Johnson to the 9 and Ben Tracy in 35. Here's a look at it again of what happened. Set it up for us.
I'm still trying to figure out what happened. Right there, the 35 taps the wall, hits the 9. He goes flying, but meanwhile, carnage ensues.
Saved by the turf, and then Johnson there. If all that truck was also gone in it. Driver of Colby Bikes. Ford, as you said. No! There you see what happened to him. Wow. Barney is up on the flag stand, waving the virtual yellow flag, shaking his head like, oh my God, come on. We went 100 some odd laps caution free. Now we're going to start tearing up at the end.
Sometimes yellow that's just how it is.
Out. That's exactly right. And as by the way, you wanna as much of the race as you can to get down to the end. You know, the old cliche, to first win the race, you must first win. Well, obviously, that's the way we roll right now. So.
It looks like it's gotten a lot darker, too, with 40 to go.
It is getting darker. It is more visible, actually, for us to be able to see as well. That's another cool thing. And we'll get ready for another restart when we come back to the line after this caution. Again, another accident involving, well, we had that one incident with Rick Webb, and then we had right after the restart, the driver Johnson and Tracy and Mice get together, fluffle off of turn 4. Attention attention in the grandstand. All you people setting up a catch fence, you need to move.
Yeah, it's funny that is a rule at every racetrack, but yet they put them there. That is kind of weird.
It is very. Move, people, move. At least they are backed up like 5 feet, right? At least it doesn't look like they are practicing catch fence social distancing. All right, so ISRA Racing League, whoever that is, some guys pitted and went a lap under green. Then the caution came out, trapping guys down waiver rounds. Yes, you're exactly right. It didn't wave around cars in front of the leader, and then it tried to line up the guys single file for some reason. Gotcha. Okay. So basically, I've already kind of given us an explanation of the Cat Charles of what just happened. So I was kind of right, but kind of wrong, I guess. We'll try this again as we'll get ready for a restart. Slightly dangerous up in front. The 14, Bobby Terrell, has been dangerous to the field all night long. Pepto Joe right there alongside. Pennzoil and Lee. All these different sponsors and products used in your day-to-day life. And we're back underway, Charles.
We are back underway. 39 laps to go this race. Again, will be over very quickly. Probably within the hour. It's been a good one so far. All of a sudden, we kind of said it. I wouldn't say all of a sudden. We kind of predicted in the later stage of number 2 it would get a little wild and crazy. And that's what's happening. These guys are trying to jockey for every position they can. They want them good old points when it comes down to the final position. And now it's time. They're going to get a little more aggressive.
The only lap that pays the money is the final lap. But to get there, you must first race to the finish. Terrell, Flanagan, Gartell, single file behind them, 3 wide. McKinney, Begley, Flanagan. And somehow they hold it together with Malicki against the wall again on 4.
Good battle going on for about second, third. They got a decent one. I say good, decent. I want to go a little further back, as right now, by the way, Bobby Terrell, 29.74, still fastest lap of the race here again. This time, as he just went by on that last lap, he ran that one. So he's still knocking down fastest laps of the race, even this late into it. So that's always good for him, of course. But these guys, towards midfield, they're not done battling for position. They're still trying to, hammer it out and get all the spots they can, while the front guys are kind of checking out.
Battle lead alongside for that spot up on the high side. There's Flanagan up high. Field, the 28 McKinney. All this going on as they mark off fourth, thundering behind, this time by 35 laps to go when they come back around to the line. Terrell, Bartel, Grossi, and Meglin are your top 5 behind them, though. Charles, look at this Hornet's Nest storm brewing here in the virtual Music City off to.
Yeah, it is a brewing here in the Music City. 35 laps to go. It's going to be 30 before you know it, then 20, then 10, and we will be in the final laps, and then it's your CRN one to go. Final time of the race. So yeah, it's just a matter of just clicking these laps away one at a time. We're knocking them down, and well, will we see any more cautions? That's the question.
Working on forward, Grossi. Making that spot down to the inside. Here comes the 12. That's going to be the driver, Sheffield. Sheffield up high. Battling with Millicky, and oh, we got one sideways working off the corner. He held on to it, though. Blackner in the double deuce. Battling with this spot.
Yeah, these guys are duking it out. And we won't repeat. We're not going to repeat what Brody said, because he said iRacing heard him and his power went out. So we don't need our power going out. So they didn't really hear him. But yeah, we're not going to say it because we don't need our power going out if that's the case. So we need to stay here for the remainder of this race. You know, mainly because we like it, and 2, they're putting on a heck of a show.
Yeah, he lives in the Carolinas. Charles, and I think he lives in South Carolina. I live in North Carolina, and there is a chance of some weather. So it stormed earlier today, and it stormed the other day, as a matter of fact. So, but yes, let's get to the end of this one. 30 laps to go when they come to Bobby Terrell, Joe Flanagan, Pepto Joe. Not enough in the tank, literally, of that pink stuff to battle for the win up the 14.
You know, if you win the race, which he's not quite there right now, but if he can win this race, he's going to need some of that, maybe if he has like a pizza party to celebrate afterwards. So, you know. I
had a party hard, party on, dudes, for sure. All right, here they come back to the corner into 3 and 4. It's Bobby Terrell, still the leader. Joe Flanagan, TJ Bartel, Lewis Meglin, Joey McKinney, top 5 behind them. Rusty Flanagan, Milliken, Sheffield, Blackner. Still 17 trucks, by the way. On the lead lap, it's Solari. 11, Solari, a little wiggle there. And he saves it, but we stay green. Interesting.
Yeah, again, if you're not too much in harm's way, they'll stay green as stuff is really, really getting good. Midfield, the leader, by the way, 1.0 seconds. He is checked out from this the field, and that's why we're watching the battle for about 7th through 10th, because that's where the battles are right now.
A lot of great racing going on here down to the line, closing in on 25 laps to go here in a couple of more circuits, 27 to be exact remaining. As now you see the 16 machine. There's Milliken. Had a little scare in the grass earlier, fought his way right back into the top 10. Sheffield behind him. Grossi also on the inside. Blackner trying to snare in that Red Bull double deuce to try to get in the top 10. 25 laps to go, and they come off a turn 4, this time behind.
Again, going to be 20 to go here in just a few laps. And it looks like Bartel's going to be your race winner, as he's got a huge lead. You see right there. And then go back to Joe Flanagan, who's significantly further back. And then you have TJ Bartel. I said Bobby Bartel. Bobby Terrell back up front. TJ Bartel in third. So a nice little gap there. Again, here's your best battle, Wesley, going on. And it is for 12th position. It's got about a 4 or 5 car battle. They may be spread out up front, but back here, that's not the case. You got Wayne Grossi back here, Kyle Milliken, Sherwood Williford. These guys, they're out here, they're battling for those points.
Back straight away, Grossi shuffling inside, outside to run on Webb. Webb brought out the second caution of the race earlier. And as we look at the race, so I'm closing in on 20 laps to go here at Nashville. Let's look at it again. 3 cautions in this race. It's presented by Virginia811.com, reminding you to dig with K-Is. Only 3 yellow flags, 13 caution laps of the 120 full green flag laps total, 4 lead changes. And again, Charles, that was a caution first one at the end of the stage on lap 35. The other caution was when Webb spun, and then the most recent caution was after Webb spun on a restart, a multi-truck skirmish between Tracy, I believe it was also Johnson, and Mice. All the while, it's been an entertaining race, and I think it's going to get even better as we approach 20 to go here, a handful of laps remaining.
Yeah, I think it's going to get even better as well. We talk about it all the time. These guys just get better and better. Again, the racing doesn't get worse. They just have a few cautions here and there. That's not a lot. 3-4 cautions out of 150 laps. I don't know if NASCAR themselves could do better than that. So it's definitely been great racing, as you're seeing a little bit of a battle start to brew up front. That is for second place between TJ Bartel and Joe Flanagan. Those guys still duking it out. Meanwhile, your leader's still checked out from the rest of this field with a 2.15 second lead over second place. He's gone. Unless something happens, I believe this is his race to lose.
$20 laps to go. Terrell up in front of that 14 from the pole position. Bobby Terrell, flag to flag, slightly dangerous, has been just in another level of anyone else on the racetrack. Bartel second. He's had a good run tonight. Joe Flanagan, Pepto Joe, third. There's the battle now in third. And quickly in hot pursuit, the Nerditudes. Number 43 up 13 spots. Highest climber of the race, Charles. Lewis Meglin trying to get to the podium.
He is doing his hardest to get to that podium in that 43 machine. Like you said, highest mover of the race, 13 spots up. Again, he's trying. He is right there in fourth. He's only got 1 spot to go. While he's doing that, we got some dropping back. That is Joey Flanagan. He is going backwards. Still 6 spots to the good, I might add, as he is now gained a spot. He's back from there. He lost a spot. They are side by side duking it out right now for 6th place.
The number 40 Chevrolet, Bobby Terrell in front. Bartel second. Flanagan third. Eglin McKinney, your top 5. That's the way it stands. Joey McKinney behind him. Charles, are they related? Cody and Joey, are they related?
Yes, I believe it's father-son, if I'm not mistaken.
Father?
I believe. Don't quote me on that. It could be brothers, but I believe it's father-son. And I know, Brody Hanna out there, you're tuning in, and you will correct me if I'm wrong, as you should. So let us know, Brody. I believe it's father-son. But yeah, let us know. I believe that is correct. whether it is or not the relationship. But yes, they are indeed related.
Yeah.
I know that for sure. We're watching battles pretty much all over the track except for at the front.
As everybody knows, usually Rockefeller is the play-by-play man series. I'm normally just on night, but now I've been, bumped up to now my play spots. In weeks' time, I'll be able to do a lot more prepping and preparing and getting notes and stats and having all the information, that usually in the play-by-play man needs of the color analyst to just paint a picture of what's going on the screen. But all the while, it is still Bobby Terrell leading the way under 15 laps to go. Bartell is landing in third. And they're 1, 2, and 3. Meglin losing ground on these drivers. Meglin trying to battle back and go after Joe as they work into one.
And then, do you think anybody has anything for Bobby Terrell? I just don't think they do. I think he's going to have to make a mistake. I thought maybe somebody might be just kind of holding back, but that doesn't seem to have been the case. If anything, I think he might have been holding back because he has started moving. However, I was thinking he was a little further ahead. No, he's not. He's actually further ahead now. So he's up to a 3-second gap. He's over 1.62 over second place of TJ Bartell, Joe Flanagan, and Lewis Meglin, by the way, who is still trying to get a podium after a fantastic run, 13 spots up still.
Laps. There's the battle for third, fourth, fifth on the racetrack. McKinney on the inside made a move on Meglin. Couldn't get there, got up under the tailgate, and they run each other's mile into the corner. Terrell is running away with it, by the way. Still the interval, almost a second and a half from Bartell. 3 seconds back is Flanagan, Meglin, McKinney to the leaders. 11 to go.
And, again, 11 laps to go. Only 9:30 and 9. Wesley, we have completed what I thought we might have some cautions. We've been on air an hour and 40 minutes. We are doing a fantastic job here, and it says we're getting Joey and Cody McKinney are brothers. Joe and Joey Flanagan are father, son, respectively. So, yeah, Cody and Joey McKinney are brothers. Joe and Joey Flanagan are father and son. Well, there's the answer to our question.
You're exactly right. There you go. Father, son team. Took a little while for Brody to respond back, but he did.
Well, yeah, remember, we're on like a minute and a half delay, too.
Yeah, Cody and Joey McKinney are the Bo, and Joey Flanagan are the father-son team. And they're on the racetrack as well in 53 and 57. Right now in third and 9. And speaking of 9 to go, coming to the line, 8 laps to go, and they come to the stripe. This race coming to an end and in a hurry tonight at the virtual Music Nashville.
And
a late race caution would change everything, Charles, but I don't know if it won or not.
I don't think that we're going to see one. I don't think the leader wants one, obviously. But I will say this. If you're second, third, fourth, all the way through 19th, you want a caution. You want a chance to try to get to his back bumper. Quite frankly, I don't know if anyone here has the truck, even if they were on his back bumper. So, yeah, he's going to have to make a mistake. And let's be honest, he has not made one of those here tonight so far. However, it is only 1.07. So that gap went from 1.6 to 1.1. So he has slowed down a little bit in these last few laps.
Laps winding down, approaching the end of this one here tonight. 5 laps to go. Now make it, of course, Bobby Terrell continuing to be a terror here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. Nobody can catch. Slightly dangerous. There's Shuffield's truck, by the way. He moved up to 6th. Had some earlier with handling. He's worked his way back into that spot. He's in 6th, though. The leader's crossing the line. 4 laps to go. Less than 6 remain to the finish of this race. And Bobby Terrell continuing to stay up in front. Bartel is starting to close within a second, but he's not close enough to make a charge, Charles. 3 to go at the line.
Yeah, he don't have time. Nobody has time. As Bobby's going to see, I believe that you're the stats guy here. I'm the new guy at this point. I believe this his first win of the season? I believe it would be.
I believe you're correct as well. Make sure I check my stats here and make sure. I believe it is, though, as he's getting ready to come to the line here for the SimRacingPoints.com Truck Series. Taking 2 laps to go now. Couple of laps remaining for that driver. For Bobby Terrell, it will be his first win of the year. It will also be his first stage win, because he won the stage earlier tonight. Here comes the Ford Bobby Terrell, working off turn 4. Charles Wooten down to the line. White flag in the air. The CRN 1 to go. More details. We are CRN.com. We've got racing cast coverage this weekend. Final lap for Terrell in turn number 1 and 2.
Yeah, this is final time around as he hits the backstretch. He is probably hooping and hollering already in his truck, thinking, man, I've finally done it. I'm going to be sitting in victory lane as he comes into 3 and 4.
Off of number 4, first time winner coming to the line. It beats Terrell winning here and slightly dangerous at Nashville. Just a sheer domination of the airplane throw truck and the fine outlet propeller P51 Mustang entry tonight at Nashville. 3 cautions only to end this race. Finishing flag to flag, of course, on the regular distance. No overtime needed. Bobby Terrell, TJ Bartel, and Pepto Joe Flanagan with another good finish. And by the way, Charles, in addition to that, Cody McKinney is going to finish in 4th. He was the points leader coming into tonight's event. Solid points lead, I believe, for him. Obviously, with Richie Coy and John Ballou not being here, this is in favor of Cody McKinney. And also, TJ Bartel with a place finish. He might climb out of the top 5 of the points also.
He very well could, and everybody's just going to come down pit road. They're going to actually come down and park it on pit road, which is rare. So cool to see that. And what a race.
All right, well, there's the results as we're going to wrap it up fast as these drivers have, again, driven on the pit lane. Races in the books. Bobby Terrell is the winner, slightly dangerous, getting it done on the 14. TJ Bartel is 2nd. Joe Flanagan, Pepto Joe finished 3rd. Cody McKinney, again, 4th. Lewis Megalin, your top 5. Michael Sheffield, Robert Malicki, and Joey Flanagan, Michael Blackner, and Rick Webb, all on the lead lap. Charles, your top 10 at the end of 150 laps at Nashville.
And to round out your rest of your field here, 11th through 19th, going to be Joey McKinney Kyle Milliken, Wayne Grossi, Sherwood Williford, Tony Solari in the 15th. And the last few going to be Marshall Johnson, Ben Tracy, Colby Mice, and James Torrey going to round out your 19-car field.
There you go. Coming up, post-race wrap-up presented by Victory Fuel. Victory Fuel. Remember to go to hashtag FTSR, hashtag Full Throttle on checkout at drivevictory.com. You get yourself a discount of 10% off. We'll grab the podium. The Victory Fuel post-race wrap-up is next. Slightly risk Bobby Terrell tears the concrete apart in the competition at Nashville to get his first win in the B schedule. We're back in a moment. Welcome back to the Sim Racing Points.com Truck Series, part of Full Throttle Sim Racing on this Wednesday night, and Nashville in the books. And it is time for the Victory Fuel post-race wrap-up. Again, go to drivevictory.com, mention hashtag FTSR Full Throttle, and you present 10% off on your checkout at drivevictory.com. That's Victory Fuel, absolutely delicious electrolytes drink, of course, packed with lemon, punch, and grape, coming soon. That is, again, Victory Fuel and Victory Lane, powered by Victory Fuel here. And Bobby Terrell will grab the winner first. Bobby, Slightly Dangerous was very exciting to watch tonight, man. What a super job. First win on the, was it your first win on the series or first win of this season? Obviously, congrats.
Probably first win for this season, I guess. I've won before in here, but
okay,
it's been a long time. Long time.
So
I don't know how many races, but it's been a while.
So it's obviously going to feel pretty damn good to end the drought, isn't it?
Yes, it feels really good.
Man, just talk about the race. I mean, literally, you were so strong from the get-go. What a great job you had, for sure.
Yeah, I had, like I said, we stumbled on something during practice that helped the setup tremendously, rotate the center. And the track, I felt like it tightened up all night. That last run, I was a little tight, but, I got the job done, and that's all that matters. But the truck was phenomenal all night long. I couldn't ask for a better setup. And it turned through the center. That's what I need. I need it to rotate through the center and turn through the center very good, and then get off the corner without being too loose.
Really big moment for sure. Obviously, you're taking Nashville. This race was, for the most part, very quiet. They had a couple of cautions, but other than that, I mean, it was a lot of green flag racing and, definitely a lot of strategy from different drivers and teams for sure, just like yourself.
Yeah, I mean, I was watching my relative, and I seen that Joe was catching me a little bit there, and then TJ, like, he got a speeding on pit road, but he's my teammate, and he was coming back to me a little bit at the end of that run. But like I said, I think just running under caution like we were and burning fuel like we were, that my setup our setup for me just was getting a little tighter than what I wanted it to be.
Well, buddy, congratulations. Before I let you go, man, thank your sponsors and enjoy this one, man. Happy 4th of July to you as well.
Thanks a lot. Yeah, you too, guys. I just like to thank y'all in the booth for doing this and you know, televising it and putting it on. I mean, I know it takes a lot of work, and then of course FTSR, all the guys over there that make this happen, and then the other drivers. There's so much respect out there, it's unreal. And then, like I said, my teammates, like I said, they gave me a good setup, a good piece tonight. And like I said, we stumbled on something right there at the end that really helped it. And I just got to thank them. I mean, TJ, Wayne, and Sherwood, it helped a lot.
Big win for the driver, of course, of Bobby Terrell, getting it done in slightly dangerous. Hey, before I do let you go, let us know, where did the idea come of creating the fighter jet, if you will, you know, the B-51 Mustang propeller, you know, the designs that you have, the lady on the side and the growling, you know, teeth on the front nose of the truck, and it looks really cool. How did you come up with it?
Well, I found it on Trading Paints, of course, and it is dated. It doesn't fit the body very well. It's a couple of they've changed the body a little bit, but it still fits. But my son was in the Air Force, and he just got out this year. He put 10 years in, and so I just, like, you know, I've always wanted to do something like that. So, you know, so kind of to him, you know, Air Force.
That's awesome. We'll tell him thank you for his service as we get ready to celebrate our nation's birthday on 4th of July next Thursday. Thank you for your time, buddy.
Thank you.
Bobby Terrell, slightly dangerous, getting the win here at Nashville. Let's go to the runner-up of the event, TJ Bartell. TJ, the Levi machine, I love the colors of that truck. Looked really, really good at a strong run. You were starting to catch ground on Terrell, but the laps ran out. Do you feel like if it was 175 laps, maybe the outcome might have been different? And obviously, you got to be happy with a second-place finish on the podium.
Well, you know, it started off really great. I think this is the first pole I've ever got in the truck series, so I was really astounded by that. And the first round, the race was going really good, and I was just kind of, you know, not wanting to push it too hard and see where my tires are at. And then I got the speeding penalty, and I had to start in the back. And it is really tough to work through traffic here. It's hard to pass, and sorry to Colby for the little bit of contact coming off of 2, but the truck was really good on a long run. Really happy with it. You know, Wayne did a marvelous job on this thing, and you know, when the caution, I was kind of playing a little bit of strategy. I wanted to pit a little bit before the leaders and kind of get a little bit of time with a couple of laps, which the caution coming out didn't play into my favor, but in the end it kind of worked out, because I don't know if I had anything for Bobby. Maybe on a, you know, full fuel run I might have been able to get closer to him, but he's just fast and he doesn't make any mistakes.
Yeah, really, really good. Strong run for sure. No doubt when it was all said and done. Second place. TJ, I will say this, though. Good points day for you, too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, before we let you go, thank your sponsors.
You bet. I got to thank Wayne Grassi Racing. Wayne builds some awesome setups, and tonight really showcased that. Thank LSRTV. Really appreciate what you guys do. Thank Brody and all the admins at FTSR. And the racers here are really good, clean, respectful racers, and that's why we can have such long green runs. And it's just so much fun to race long green runs. That's my strong suit, so I really am happy with that. Got to thank Lee Jeans, Ring Dog Rescue, and TRD.
There you go. And a good night for second place for the driver. Also got the pole earlier tonight, TJ Bartell there in that number 98 machine. Let's go down to the driver that will finish in the third position when this race is all said and done. And, of course, that is the driver of Mr. Cody McKinney, and I kind of hit it on this. No, I'm sorry, Joe Flanagan, my apologies. I was mentioning, obviously, with Bartell and McKinney having good points finishes on the top 5. It'll be a good points day for the points leader also of Cody McKinney. But now let's grab Joe Flanagan. Pepto Joe. Joe, another solid finish, man. 3rd place. You ain't got to take none of that pink stuff to go to bed tonight. No virtual iRacing headaches after this evening.
No, well, first off, I want to say that this race goes out to my daughter, who earlier today gave me my first grandchild, a beautiful little girl.
Aww.
Thank you for that. That's so wonderful. It was very exciting. I'm very happy. And yeah, thank you. I think this is my 3rd top 5 in a row. So that blind squirrel's been awful lucky here lately. So
must be doing something right.
It's been a lot of fun. This is a great group of guys to race with. So respectful, so courteous. They really got some good racecraft, and it's just a lot of fun.
That's crazy. That's awesome, man. Congratulations on the new addition of the family. And man, can I ask you a question? Where did the idea come of the Pepto Bismol truck? I think it's really unique for sure. I like it.
Well, I'll be honest, it's got nothing to do with Pepto Bismol. I used to have a Cocker Spaniel puppy who was full of pep, and he used to nibble on my toes when I'd be sitting in the recliner. So I called him Pepto. And I came home one day and he'd been hit by a car, so I just took his name.
Aww.
That's been like 30 years ago, and I've just kept his name ever since. You know, it was just like a screen name. So I just decided to go with it. Paint the car pink and yellow. Everybody always thought it was Pepto Bismol anyway. But if you look at the car, it doesn't say Bismol anywhere on it. It's just me.
I got you. Pepto. So it's not Pepto. It's just Pepto, the name itself, for sure. Okay, well, I'll remember that from now on. But definitely, it's always fun watching you go around the racetrack. And in closing, man, you've had some really good runs the last month or so. Like you said, are you ready to break through and get this win before the end of the B schedule?
It sure would be nice, but I was kind of running Bobby down there a little bit after that first stage. My car was loose all night, but then at the 3rd stage it got tight. I don't know what I did wrong, but tonight would have been a good opportunity if I could have kept that speed. I think I could have stayed up there with him and maybe gave him a shot, but it'll be tough. These guys are really fast. You know, Richie wasn't here tonight. When he comes back, he's a beast, and Brody and all them guys. So. And all the guys that were here tonight, they're really quality drivers. It'll be tough, but I'm going to give it my best shot.
And a fun time for sure. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy that new baby. Congratulations to you, Joe.
Thank you, sir.
There you go, Joe Flanagan, TJ Bartell, and Bobby Terrell, the podium drivers. Charles, I'll let you come here one more time. We'll get off the air. Remember, quick broadcast update. No iRacing broadcast coverage next week on iRacing on LSRTV. That is for the Northwest Series or for Full Throttle Racing. I think it's the only 2 we ever cover now in observance of the holiday for either the series or for 4th of July and real work obligations. Charles, tonight, Nashville, a little foggy at first. Everything cleared up. Got the race in. And when it's said and done, Bobby Terrell, what a phenomenal job for Slightly Dangerous here tonight at Virtual Nashville. And I think the series will now pack up and go to Chicagoland next Wednesday night. Your thoughts?
Yeah, looking forward to a great race when we come back. They do go to Chicagoland, obviously. Real racing obligations for the 4th. 3rd, 4th that weekend. We won't be here. Pocono is where we come back to.
Yep.
Turn 4, no, yes, maybe. So we'll see. Pocono's coming up. Looking forward to it.
What turn 4? Pocono is where we'll be on July the 10th. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, on behalf of you and yours, hopefully you have a great 4th of July holiday. Spend it with your family and friends and loved ones. On behalf of Rocket Racing Media, with, of course, is Jeff Stabnow, Charles Wooten. I'm Wesley Outland. Thank you for joining us. Be good to one another. Keep on praying for America, and congrats to Bobby Terrell, winner tonight at the Virtual Music City at Nashville. He'll be the one strumming the guitar until next week at Chicagoland. Be good to one another, and we'll see you in a few weeks.